Hi, James Jones, Executive Director of the Mid-Pacific ICT Center, or MPICT, in San Francisco at the HI-TEC conference with Dan Myers from Citrix. Citrix, tell me a little bit about that.
Citrix is maybe not as well-known company as some of the other IT companies, but it's certainly been around the block for a long time. Established 1989, it's a $2 billion company. A lot of people might have heard of Citrix via the commercials and on TV for the GoToMeeting, but it's a much bigger company than that. It has a real suite of products, starting with virtualization products, so the server virtualization, desktop virtualization, application virtualization, all the way through advanced networking equipment that's used for load balancing large websites around the world, like the Amazons and the Googles. And then it has a collaboration piece, which is the whole GoToMeeting product suite. So pretty good sized company. It's been around for a while, and it's really positioned in the marketplace right now because virtualization technology is really hot. Cloud computing is really hot, and there's a suite of cloud products that Citrix has as well. And so right products, kind of right time for the market, and right for a new academic program, which we'll be talking about here in a couple minutes.
Great. Okay, so you mentioned an academic focus or program. What is that called?
The overarching collection of our academic programs is called the Citrix Academic Network. Within that Citrix Academic Network, we're going to have some free resources for academic institutions to teach and learn about virtualization technologies, as well as a Citrix IT Academy program, which is a more formal, a little bit more investment in the program. It will offer 3 of our virtualization courses that lead to certification. So we got a good program under design right now, and we're going to launch the whole thing in 2012.
I was noting the use of future tense.
Yes.
So this is under development now, and we're talking about the ways that this may roll out and what it might consist of. Maybe we could dig a little bit further into that. So the educational offerings are going to be around certifications or some sort of academic credential. What are those?
Absolutely. Citrix has 3 different certification levels. So the Citrix IT Academy program is going to offer 3 of our administration courses aligning to our Citrix Certified Administrator certification. So each of the 3 courses will have 1 exam, and they will lead to a Citrix certification. For example, the Zen desktop administration course, once a student completes the course, they'll be prepared to take the Citrix Certified Administrator for the Zen desktop product.
So there's academic content that helps prepare people for these certifications?
Absolutely. Again, this being a new program that we're designing, the 3 courses are the courses that we are currently offering through our Citrix Authorized Learning Centers, our CALCs. They are each 40 content hour courses, and each of them will prepare again for one of the CCA certifications.
So give me that list again of the CCA certifications.
So on the server side will be the Zen server, administration, the Zen desktop administration, and the Zen app, which is our application virtualization administration certification.
Awesome. So academic partners would have curriculum that they could use to prepare students for certifications that have value in the marketplace and help lead to gainful employment.
Yep, absolutely. Virtualization going on throughout the industry. Green IT, high availability computing, these all are wrapped in with virtualization, and so these are very hot certifications that not only Citrix has, but we have VMware and EMC too also in that virtualization space, so it's a good complementary program to academic institutions that already have some of the other programs running today.
So maybe it's worth a second to talk about virtualization at a high level. I guess in the past we had dedicated physical computing resources to specific applications, and that consumed a lot of physical space, it consumed a lot of power, it consumed a lot of computing resources. It cost money for the initial capital expense, and then it took a lot of money for ongoing operations. You have to have people who support it, you have to provide power, you have to provide cooling and space and all of that. And virtualization at a high level is about sharing computing resources across multiple uses or applications. Is that kind of a fair characterization?
Absolutely, on the server side of things, without a doubt. Just the whole reduction in the data center, again, the whole kind of green IT movement, making a smaller footprint in the data center, being able to load up a physical server with virtual servers running multiple operating systems. The other areas of virtualization, desktop virtualization, is being able to load up multiple desktops in the data center as well. So you might have a Windows 7 desktop, you might have a Windows XP desktop, you might have a Linux desktop, all loaded in the data center on these servers, and then virtualize it with our products. And the endpoint device doesn't matter anymore because the desktop has been virtualized. So you could be running a Windows 7 desktop on an Apple iPad, a smartphone, a bare frame laptop. It really doesn't matter. And a lot of advantages to that too. It's secure because all the data is being stored on the desktop back in the data center. And then there's application virtualization.
Sorry, before we go there, let me just make sure that I understand this, because this is hot. This is sort of the basis for cloud computing, one of the most recent buzzwords there is. And so there's efficient use of gear in the data center, if you would, which is that server virtualization piece. But the desktop virtualization is about limiting the need for that expensive computing device out at the edge. I no longer need the $2,500 laptop. I can use a really thin client because I'm not doing all the processing here.
Correct.
That's happening back in the data center.
Yep.
So I can have a lower cost, lower power, more versatile edge device.
Absolutely.
And all of that computing and desktop processing takes place back in the data center.
Yes, and I think another real good example for education is just the the turnover in the equipment. So colleges today, about every 5 years, every 3 years, are going in and upgrading their equipment to new equipment. Well, now I'm talking with schools, and it's now pushed out to every 5 years because they're virtualizing the desktops back in the data center, using their old equipment and extending the life of it because they don't need the latest and greatest because their desktop is coming from the data center. So it's really adding value to college campuses all over the world.
That's hot.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry for the interruption. So now we're into applications.
Application virtualization. We're kind of, Citrix got its start just taking a single application or multiple applications and virtualizing it again so that the endpoint device, it doesn't really matter. So you have a task worker that's out in the field that has some kind of custom application that's all they need to see, or all that you want them to see. So you put that application in the data center, you virtualize it, and you dish it out to whatever the endpoint device happens to be for that particular task worker. So again, Citrix products run that whole spectrum of the server virtualization, reducing the footprint in the data center, power consumption in the data center, to the desktops, and being able to stream a desktop to any endpoint device, again for a task worker, for security reasons, or even a single application.
So these are powerful ideas, and the technology's right, and this is hot in the marketplace, and we need people to be able to do this so the impact of these changes and cost savings and reduced environmental impacts are actually realized out in the real world. So there's demand for people with these skills today. There's jobs available, they're paid well, And you just need to be able to demonstrate that you have these skills. You can demonstrate that through certification, which you offer.
Yep.
Through Pearson
View.
Pearson
Yes.
View. And as part of your academic program, students actually, do they have to pay for that?
Good question. The benefit to the program is that we're going to be providing a free certification exam voucher to each student who successfully completes one of the Citrix courses. So that's virtually, well, it is no cost to the student, but to implement the program is very low cost from a school's perspective. The software is going to be free. The vouchers for the students are going to be free. We've got free self-paced online versions of the courses for instructors that are preparing to teach the course. That's all free. Licenses are free. The only investment would be to attend instructor training, because there is an instructor authorization program we have in place. And there is some equipment cost involved.
I'd like to offer that we'll work together in the future to find some way to do that faculty development, get some teachers ready to go. So I guess you say you're going to roll this out in the spring of 2012, so you're looking for schools to be involved in that as an initial rollout?
Absolutely. Right now I've got a pilot going on. I have 8 pilot colleges in the U.S. and Canada, and some internationally as well. We're working the kinks out, again, a brand new program, and we're just evaluating different aspects of the instructor training, so would appreciate your guys' input when we do that next year. Taking a look at the content, which again is written right now for a 1-week training class at a commercial training center. So we have to, I'll use the term, academicize that. Yeah. So we're working out the kinks in our pilot here through the end of this year, and we're looking to formally launch this in the beginning of 2012. So we want to get the word out now so that interested colleges can go ahead and start planning for that rollout in 2012.
Awesome. So let's say that I'm a faculty member at a community college and I'm interested. What do I do? Where do I go? How do I learn more?
Great question. We just put a lot of resources in the initial website here. So if you go to citrix.com, that's citrix.com/academic, has all kind of information about the Citrix Academic Network, which includes, again, free resources as well as the Citrix IT Academy program. Right now there's just a button there you can click on to request more information, and we'll keep you apprised of the developments and the actual formal launch of the program. So that's the best way to get more information, and also to have us communicate with you on more details that will be forthcoming.
Great. And so what is your role in relation to all this?
I'm the global academic programs manager, so I was hired to design these programs, launch them globally, and to manage the program and work with great colleges around the world in this terrific program. So I'm pretty excited about it.
And if someone wanted to be able to get to you, would they find your information on the website?
I just tell people to call 1-800-DAN. Just kidding. My email address is dan.myers, dan.myers, at citrix.com. Again, you can go to citrix.com/academic and complete the information, the request for information form. That information gets back to me, and then I will follow up with you or somebody else on my team.
And just to be clear, Citrix is spelled C-I-T-R-I-X. Awesome. Well, thanks for being here today. We're really excited about these new offerings from Citrix, and look forward to working together with you.
Thank you. Thank you for taking the time, and look forward to working with you as well.
Okay.